Are we good? Are we filming? Are we filming?
Yes.
All right. All right, so we are a few weeks from NATS, and it's going to be taking place at the AMA headquarters in Muncie, Indiana. And I wanted to take a few minutes and go through the competitors in the unlimited class and my prediction for final standings. Now, anyone that's been to Muncie, Indiana, probably knows that the chances of rain, or at least any kind of drastic swing of weather conditions, is probably inevitable. So I'm sure a lot of pilots going down there are pretty much ready for heat, water, wind, humidity, and possibly all at the same time. So I'm going to go through the pilots and the list that I downloaded them off the website and just kind of give you guys a quick breakdown of each pilot, what I know, what I'm familiar with. I flew against some of them. So kind of give you a little bit of personal touch and what do I think about each one of those pilots. The ones I don't know, I'm not really going to say too much about other than some of the stuff I heard. So yeah, let's get to it. And first pilot on the list is Jacob Campbell. He's from another Southwest pilot from Tucson, Arizona. It's his first year in Unlimited, and he is holding his own very, very well. I flew against him at a few contests, and while the mistakes he's making are pretty much the standard mistakes anyone will make in Unlimited for the first year, you can definitely count on him to be competitive. And once he gets into the flow of things and gets comfortable with the new expansion of maneuvers in this class, you can definitely count on him to really be a top contender. Next one up is Kevin Garland, another one from Southwest from Tucson, Arizona. He is the Tucson Aerobatic Shootout CD for the past few of them, but some people forgot he is a damn good pilot. He flew at a bunch of XFC competitions back in the day, as well as a bunch of IMAC all over the place. And he kind of took a break to go to college, relocate to Arizona, and start a family. So you can't really blame him. But also, don't sleep on Kevin. He could be in the thick of things. He's a very good pilot, and I'm hearing he's flying the new Chem Aero Extra NG, and I'm hearing it's fitting his style very, very well. Next one up is Jamie Hicks. Uh, I don't know much about him. I've heard about him over the years, of course, spoke to him a couple of times. He is another good pilot that's been around competition for a very, very long time, so I'm sure he knows how to stay in the contest come crunch time, and where other people will fade, he might not, since he's kind of familiar with that. Competition is one of those things that you really got to be in it for a long time to really get comfortable with it. The next one up is Kurt Collins. He's probably one of the tallest pilots in Unlimited this year, and even though it doesn't really matter in our hobby, it's worth mentioning in case you wanted to spot him in the pits and ask him for advice. Everyone in the IMAC community knows him, and I believe he won more IMAC nationals at Muncie than anyone in this class, pretty much. It's his home turf in a way, and but lately I know he's been feeling the pressure from some of the pilots and some of the younger pilots coming up. Next one up is Louis Motastic. I really hope I'm not messing up the last name. If I do, I apologize in advance. I'm not too familiar with his flying skills. I can't say I've ever seen him fly, but I do know I've heard good stuff about him, and I know he used to call for Kurt Collins. So anyone that could call for Kurt and kind of be around that that caliber pilot for a very, very long time, I'm sure some good stuff would rub off of him, and I'm sure he definitely knows what a good sequence needs to look like. So yeah, another one of those people that could surprise people. He could show up and just fly well, and just people didn't even see it coming. Next one up is another Southwest pilot, and it's Daryl Morgan. Probably, I believe it's his third year in Unlimited. And while he surprised a lot of pilots, he made the big jump from advance, and he definitely stepped up to the plate and flew very, very, very well. I flew against him a few times. I know in the past year or so, he's been having airplane issues, trying to find his flow again. I know he's been busy, so I haven't really had much time to go out to the field and practice. And he's kind of have two airplanes right now that are both flying different, and he is still deciding which one he likes. Once he gets in the flow of things and once he kind of gets comfortable again, he could fly at a very, very high level as well. The next one up is Primo. Another one of those guys that you could easily spot around the field. He's going to be rolling around his hoverboard looking like Justin Bieber, socializing and talking to everyone. He is another key factor guy for IMAC. He's definitely done a lot for IMAC in general. He runs a lot of the judging schools. And he's definitely one of those pilots that understands the criteria and can fly by the book. So those pilots are very dangerous and can put some good scores where other people would struggle. The next one up is Brendan Rosenquist, an unlimited pilot. I believe it's his first year as well. Haven't really seen him fly, but I have him on Facebook, and I could tell you that he is putting in some practice. I see him posting a lot of practicing pictures, so it seems like he's determined to make an impact and kind of, exert his, kind of show his dominance in this class. Alex Drilling did ask me to mention that he is flying a new cam Aero. Next one up is Nick Sharpening, the youngest of the class. They're definitely the youngest of the class. I've seen him fly at Tucson Aerobatic Shootout last year, and there's definitely something there. I believe at the time he was getting adjusted to his new planes, but you could always tell if someone has the right fundamentals, you know they're gonna fly good once they sort out the airplane issue. So yeah, I could definitely count on him to only improve. I haven't seen him fly since Shootout, so hey, maybe he figured some things out and he's going to fly very, very well out there. The next one up is Santiago. Obviously, one of my buddies. He's the last one to sign up, and if you know him, you won't be surprised. A close friend of mine, I wish I could be out there calling for him this year, but I'm all booked up for a baby shower this year. I will say, he is the wild card of this contest. A few years back, he moved to Maryland from California, so he doesn't get the same level of IMAC practice he used to. But he's probably one of the best guys I know that knows how to set up an airplane and make sure it's flying right and doing everything well. So I'm sure once he kind of gets in the groove of thing and gets his head back into contest mode, he is going to be tough to beat and he's going to be winning some rounds. Now, people ask me to do this, and I don't like to do predictions, but I did fly against most of them, so I would like to do some prediction and kind of give everyone what I think and how the standings will go. But before we get into contest predictions, you got to take a minute and understand that without the right equipment, neither one of those pilots can perform and be successful at this contest. Now, we all spend a decent amount of time and money on our planes, but no one spent the right time looking into the weak points of the contest prep, and that is a stick plane. To solve that issue, I spent years working on the perfect package of performance and size for a stick plane, made out of carbon fiber and assembled, glued, and trued in the USA for pilots to win contests. I will leave my email below for anyone that wants to make the jump and do it like the pros do. Santiago, Andrew Jeske, AC Glenn, and a few more use them, and we all know how well they fly. Make sure you get yours. I'm going to leave the email below. Contact me. We got an ultimate and we got an extra, and they both fly exceptionally well. Now, back to my predictions. I will make it easy and quick. If Santi, David, and Kurt don't have any issues, I have 3 of those winning all the rounds. I'm sorry to the rest of the class, but that is my genuine opinion here. I've seen them all fly. I know they can fly at a high level, and I know come contest time, they fly better than practice. Kurt, he's been doing this for a very, very long time. There's not a whole lot of maneuvers and stuff that you're going to surprise him with. He's very, very good. He seems like he's always flying very, very sharp, and he just has a flying style that everyone enjoys. Now, David, for example, I don't know what's his secret sauce, but he knows how to stay calm in unknowns. It seems like he studied them very, very well. And it seems like he just understands the right pacing and moving through the box and placing every maneuver where the judges would want to see it so he could present the stuff he does best, the best. Next one up is Santi, the wild card. I've called for him a bunch of times, and come times for unknowns, it could be calm as a boardroom with him, or it could be straight up war and language barriers. I called for him, and again, it could be intense calling for him, but this dude knows how to fly, and every single time he does well. Every single time he scores well on those unknowns. It seems like that's one of those things he definitely shines in. For 4th place, I have Jacobs, and that's if he has his head on right. I've seen him fly well. I've seen him fly okay. It's really all up to him. You don't know what kind of Jacob you're gonna get out there, but I'm not picking on him. He's a good friend of mine. He knows I'm joking a little. From 5th to 9th, I have Kevin, Nick, Primo, and Jamie trading rounds. I have faith in all of them, and I know they would show up ready and their equipment ready for a good long week of contests. Now, Daryl could easily squeeze up in there and probably move up fairly quickly. I think he could definitely beat Jacob for 4th spot. But like I mentioned before, you really just don't know how he's going to be on his plane. And I know he's been working up on setup and trying to get the airplane right. Now, I'm not going to place people I haven't seen fly, and I cannot say this enough. The contest prediction is all based on my opinion from what I saw in the past. So remember, pilots practice, evolve, and improve. So any one of those guys could either be at the bottom of the class or up there winning rounds. I've been flying IMAC for a very, very long time, and I could tell you that top competitors could move up or down. It really doesn't matter. It all comes down to prep, equipment, and a little bit of luck here. Now, to close the video off, there's a few people I want to mention. They're not flying, but I thought, well, some of them are flying, but it's worth mentioning them as they are key points to this whole community and this whole contest. Alex Drilling, another great pilot. He won a shootout in Unlimited, and he has earned a spot in Invitational. He flew a few of those by now. And he decided to sit this one out and seeded this event. He probably could have set this down and just go fly, but he decided to sacrifice his time away from his family and run this big contest. And I can tell you, this is going to be a lot of works from him. So if you see him at the field, stop him, give the dude a cold drink, buy him some lunch. I'm sure he'll appreciate it. Don't give him too much of a hard time, and yeah, and help him make this contest great so we can keep these going. Another pilot that is actually an advanced pilot that I mentioned earlier is JT. He doesn't know I'm going to mention him, but this dude builds a lot of IMAC airplanes and really does help the community as far as pushing IMAC. He's a key factor for selling kits, selling motors, selling servos, and I feel like maybe he doesn't even know it. And trust me, there is no money in this thing to retire. Building airplanes is not going to make you rich. He is strictly doing this because this is something that's fun for him. So yeah, that's all I have about the NATS competitors. Please subscribe and sure to leave a comment. And yeah, let me know who are your standings for this contest. And I want to thank my wife for helping me film this video and assisting with the notes. And to all the competitors, good luck. Stay safe out there. And yeah, put some good numbers on the board. Thank you so much. Have a good day. I feel like you're filming me. Alright, stop it.
Okay.
No, you guys didn't stop it.